What's up, beautiful people? We are back and we are recapping season 10 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Well, this season, Kiera and Wendy are having a little disagreement with Wendy's dismissive behavior, which she's been accused of many a times. Guess who's back? Monique Samuels, and Giselle says she was happy to reconnect with Monique and see if she's still the same person. And of course, the queen herself, the Grand Dame, has finally been released from jail and will have her season 10 premiere on The Real Housewives of Potomac. So listen, join me and Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva as we recap this season of The Real Housewives of Potomac. And it's all in good fun, so make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to both channels. See y'all soon.
You just gotta...
Good evening, everybody. Happy Thankful Thursday. We are here. We are back to recap season 12, episode 2 of Married to Medicine, Makeups and Breakups. Good evening, Auntie. How you doing?
How you doing? Listen! Woo!
Listen.
Married to Medicine, honey. Married to Medicine.
It's giving, is it not? It's giving.
It's giving. Honey, makeups and breakups, okay? Come on now.
Dance away the drama is what I said, honey. Okay? Dance it out. You got to shake it out.
Shake it out, okay?
We are here to recap the greatest shows on TV. Tonight, we are recapping Married to Medicine. As you see, we are recapping Potomac. We've done the Braxtons, and we got many more coming. So make sure you stay tuned to both our channels. We are live on Royaire's World and Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. So make sure you hit the like button on both channels. And if you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe. And do us a favor tonight, hit that share button for the holidays. It's Christmas, so share a gift with someone and share our live. Listen, Diva, it is Thursday. It's been a crazy busy week. I had to throw on a little hat tonight because I was like, oh, the hair is a mess. Let me put a hat on for the pizza. Okay.
You look cute in the hat, though.
Thank you.
I like it. Is that a team?
No, this is actually a church that I used to go to a long time ago. So yeah, I pulled it out the closet. I said, I'm gonna put me on a hat tonight for the people. So they're talking about me while I talk about the people, okay? But listen, Auntie, it is season 12, episode 2. Last week started us off a little slow. It was a little slow last week, but they picked us up, okay? How you feeling so far? Oh. Send us off, Jesus.
Woo! Honey, they tore that screen up.
Tore it down. This was a good episode. I love. Well, before I get into that, listen, y'all. You know we have our new moment that we do every week. It is street news. So let's get into it, Diva, because I got us a little medical situation going on this week. So let's jump into street news, everybody.
Come on, let me see.
Okay, people. So, speaking of Married to Medicine, I thought we'd do a medicine story. Man accused of installing veneers without a license, hit with RICO charge and 113 counts indictment in Fulton County. So, Fulton County doesn't play when it comes to criminals. In Atlanta, top veneer specialist Brandon Dillard has been indicted by the Fulton County grand jury, which accused the veneer tech of making millions by performing cosmetic dental procedures without a license per WST-TV. Dillard is facing 113 counts, which included 1 count of violating the Georgia RICO Act after grand jury accused him of performing cosmetic dental procedures without proper credentials. If you recall, in October 24, Dillard was hit with 8 felonies, including practicing dentistry without a license, practicing medicine without a license, and theft of deception. Court records indicted. Court records indicate that Dillard has been performing veneers since 2021, despite the state dental board issuing a cease and desist, ordering him to stop at the beginning of 2024. Prosecutors also claim Dillard made over $4 million by charging thousands for veneers and offering training to teach others how to be veneer specialists. His arraignment is scheduled for January of 2026, and they will keep us updated with that information. So here are all of the charges that the people have charged him. Well, that he has walked himself into, rather. Um, and here are some of the celebrities that we see. I don't know if you know who this is, but this girl, that was Rolly from Zeus TV, I think it is.
He did their teeth?
Who did their teeth. That's Rick Ross' baby mama. I don't know who this. Lyrica. I don't.
Well, how he learned how to illegally do these teeth like that?
Girl.
Oh, child.
$4 million, Diva.
No, it ain't funny. He was raking in the dough.
Taking the people's money.
But I don't understand where he learned how to do that at. Because the people are not looking bad in this little flash of their teeth.
I mean, YouTube University will teach you anything.
Child. No, Lawson, get off.
Lord, shout out not heavily. Okay, you better go get your smile.
Child, I guess at least it's a real dentist.
This young lady that they're showing right here, her name is Rolly. They're saying that Rolly has testified against him.
Woo!
Wow.
So is her mouth messed up? Is Rolly's mouth messed up?
I have not heard anything in regards to what the testimony exactly was. I just bumped into this story today. I said, since we're doing Married to Medicine, let's talk about a medical issue. And this is a medical issue, Diva. This is someone practicing without a license who was sent a cease and desist by the state dental board, not to practice, and he continued practicing. These are celebrities that have got their money done or got their teeth done and paid their money. It looks good now, Diva, but I can only imagine what the after effects were if there was something in regards to maybe an infection or the teeth falling out, or this is crazy. This is really, really crazy.
This is beyond crazy. And the thing is, why didn't he just take the time to go to the proper schooling to get this done? I mean, we don't know what infections they might have ended up with. No, but family said that everyone that went to him has to come forward. Oh, she's saying she threatened them and said everybody that went to him has to come forward. But I just wonder if these people had actual problems. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, Royaire? Was their mouth, did they get infections and stuff like that? It always saddens me when people go this route of being fraudulent. It's like if you took the extra steps to be legit, you probably would be, you probably would have a good thing going.
You'd be good. Yeah, you would be straight. Yeah.
The fact that you ignored when you got the cease and desist, I don't know what people don't get about a cease and desist and how it's real. Like they straight up told you to stop, and you continue to go past the red sign, and you press go, and hence the 100 and something counts against you. Listen, when it comes to this RICO thing and all of that, Royaire, one charge against you could have you in jail for life.
For life.
You got 54 counts of theft by deception. Child, listen, I would be somewhere crying right now. They would have me under medical observation, because when you come to tell me some 54 and 24 counts and 21 counts of battery, child, I would be no good.
Lay me out on the stretcher, okay? Just lay me out.
Child, Royaire, and I'm gonna be right next to you. What the world?
Lay me out on the stretcher. I thought this was so crazy. And then I want to share this one real quick as well, and then we'll jump into the story for our show for today. So anybody that knows Real Housewife of Atlanta, Shamia Morton, apparently she went to get some work done. So according to Us Weekly, on October 31st, Shamia Morton and her husband Gerald filed a medical malpractice lawsuit against Jing Wang Harris, MD, and her company Pretty Face Atlanta for various other defendants. Morton underwent a chemical peel at Pretty Face Atlanta on March 13, 2024. The lawsuit said Shamia would have never undergone a chemical peel due to her diagnosis of tinny versicolor, I believe it's pronounced, which is a fungal condition. Morton said that she should have been referred to a trained and qualified dermatologist for treatment. Shamia said that even if she did not have the fungal condition, the peel performed, especially 2 passes, would be completely inappropriate due to her African American skin. Even if she had a simple hyperpigmentation, especially due to her lack of skin prep and attempt at pigment correction with medical grade skincare, and much less aggressive treatment than what was performed. So basically, Diva, she's suing these people saying that they gave her this chemical peel. She shouldn't have had it because of her skin condition. She complained that she was feeling burning sensations later on down in the paragraphs. She complained to the doctor. She screamed so loud that Dr. Harris ended up coming into the room. Once she got in the room, she told Shamia that she was being dramatic. She was doing too much. It wasn't until Shamia began to cry and wail in tears that then the doctor, I believe they said the doctor sprayed some kind of substance on her skin. Shamia, the suit claimed only after seeing Shamia in tears crying, Dr. Harris applied an unknown solution from a spray bottle to Shamia's back. Dr. Harris never consulted, examined, or approved the treatment plan for Shamia prior to the application of the chemical peel, Morton's lawsuit alleges. Shamia Morton's lawsuit demands unspecified damages. Darren M. Tobin, Morton's lawyer, says what happened to Shamia was burnt. What happened to Shamia was burnt is unacceptable and unexcusable. We intend to pursue full justice. So, Diva, this goes back to what we kind of talk about in our past shows. People going to all of these places, getting all of these, surgeries and different things done to their bodies, not knowing what the outcome may be. And look at the outcome of what you've done for whatever you were trying to do. And it doesn't say what she was there to get done. But in my opinion, it was giving you now this is just me. Nobody said this. This is just what I feel. It was giving you was trying to lighten your skin. And the people messed up and it went wrong. That's just what I feel. I'm willing to be wrong. I am willing to be wrong. Let me put that.
No, we're feeling the same today. We're feeling the same. Okay, we're feeling the same exact way. First of all, Shamia to me is absolutely gorgeous.
Fabulous.
Beautiful. To me, her skin is absolutely flawless.
Yes.
She don't need to be in nobody's dermatologist's office. All she need to do is go take a bath with some Dove soap and
not the Dove. Come on, Dove soap.
It put some regular oil on her skin and she gonna be fine. I don't know what Shamia was doing, but now your back is on. Now you got 3rd-degree burns, and you crying because your skin was burning. I don't know. She trying to do a Nene Leakes, but this is sad. I'm shocked, and the girl has flawless skin. I don't know what she was doing there trying to get anyway, but it's interesting, Royaire. She told us everything. She wouldn't have did this because of her skin condition. The doctor didn't say the plan, all this other stuff, but you don't want to tell us why you was there in the first place.
What was the reason? In the words of Cardi B.
Come on. Get her off our screen, because the lies.
Well, listen, that was our street news medical moment. So let's jump right into our recap for the night. Let's get into this. So we are on Married to Medicine season 12, episode 2, makeups and breakups. So we have, you know what, Diva, and I just kind of noticed it. They remind me, these entry scenes, of like check-ins with a patient, if you may. So how they just kind of check in with the different people. I was like, okay, I'm seeing.
Yeah, I like that.
So we had our check-in moments today. We had Dr. Mimi. Her children came to her office with the husband. We had a check-in scene with Contessa. She was calling her son over and over again. He wasn't answering the phone. And Contessa said, every call you don't answer is $1 taken from your allowance, okay? So you in debt.
You in debt, honey, because you know the allowance is going. I know that's right. Come on, Contessa.
And then Simone, she and her worker, yes, they're having a moment together. You know, Simone asked her, who's the toughest doctor between me and Dr. Jackie? And she said both. And then she said, well, who's the sweetest? And she said both. And they laughed and had a little moment together. So that was cute too. So we jump into our first scene of the night. We have Toya and Eugene. Eugene is coming, 2 million miles away from his 2 jobs that he has. If you missed out on last week, Eugene is now working 2 jobs. One is 5 hours away and one is 2 hours away, and neither of them are in the city that he lives in and his house resides in with his family. But okay. Toya's in the backyard lounging out by the pool. She left a little note for Eugene to come outside and meet her out there with a glass of wine or whatever. Eugene said it would have been better for you to meet me in the bedroom, okay? Just we could have met in the bedroom and went on about our business. Toya in the confessional is now complaining again that her husband be wanting sex too much. Now, last year he wasn't giving you enough attention and enough sex and enough time. Now it's too much sex, too much time, and too much attention. Make up your mind this day what you shall be and stick with it, Toya. Come on, honey, please. Do better. Toya gave Eugene an update on how the Sander Polo Classic went regarding Heavenly not being present. Toya said that Heavenly ain't missed an event in 12 years. She's been at everything. And Diva, even when I went back, because, I love to watch a replay.
We do.
Back when the girls, was fighting outside at Carrie's house, Heavenly was at that scene. I was like, she wasn't even on the show then. So Toya was correct. Heavenly ain't never missed a group event. And so now here we are missing a group event. And so Toya is assuming that it has a lot to do with Damon Jr., their eldest son, who allegedly got in some legal trouble, and we'll deal with that in just a minute. Toya shares that Jackie shared with her that, it was none of their business where Heavenly was, but what it is their business is that Heavenly is running for state representative. And Eugene was like, oh, you serious? Like, we waiting on the punchline. Where's the joke? And she said, no, she is running for state representative. But Toya is a little confused because how can you be running to represent a group of people that you don't know, but you can't get along with the people in the friend groups that you do know? I said, oh, snap, Toya. Okay. And then we have another scene with Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon. Okay. Now, you want me to stop and go over those first 2 scenes? Because that was a lot to happen in this.
Yeah. Let me do those. Let's do those scenes real quick. Like you said, the little check-in scenes, we're going to call them from now on, right? I love it, right? So Dr. Contessa, I'm going to have to use that with my son. You don't pick up the phone. We doing deductions. Yeah, you're going to be in debt. When I call, you pick up the phone. Hello. Okay. Love it. Okay. Yeah, Toya she been spoiled. She always will be. But you know what, though? Dr. Eugene created that monster, so he got to deal with it, okay? Simone, with her worker that used to work for Dr. Jackie, I thought that was a cute scene, and I love the way that the worker answered, okay? Sorry, I don't know the worker's name, but I thought that was a really cute scene. I think it
was Shamia. I think I wrote down Shamia, something like that.
Okay, but it was a really cute scene, and her and Dr. Simone had a good kiki, ha-ha. Dr. Eugene, you know what? Him and Toya are perfect together because I don't know if anybody else will let Toya get away with the stuff that she get away with, okay? Dr. Eugene, I don't care what Toya do, and we're going to see that later on. He confirms that for us, but I'll wait till we get to that scene. It don't matter what Toya do. Dr. Eugene got her back. She could sit on that TV and say he don't give a nut, and he gonna take it in. He could come down on the screen talking about he wants some, and she says she tired. He gonna take the hit. Shout out to Dr. Eugene. Whatever she do, he follow. Okay, so he read his little note, and listen, Dr. Eugene is at this 5-hour away job because why? He paying for that house that Toya wanted. Okay. Royaire, I had jobs, the tops, it was about an hour away. I ain't never in my life considered no job that was 2 hours away or 5 hours away. That's when you got to relocate. When the job 5 hours away, Royaire, you got to relocate. But you know what though? Dr. Eugene, he cool. He gonna just get him a hotel, eat burgers and fries 5 nights a week, and then drive home to Toya for a couple of hours, and then go back to the other job.
He getting that care basket from Quad with them noodles in it.
Monique said black love. There you go. Black love. I'm here for it, okay? All right. If that's black love, your man going 5 hours away, then it is what it is. Okay. So, and they talked about, the polo event. She talked about Dr. Heavenly, and they both was on the same page with Dr. Heavenly. And I thought it was a little kiki and a ha-ha. He said, for real, she running? He said, you serious? Okay. All right. And so and did she tell him? I don't want to confuse my scene, but did she tell him in that situation that about Damon Jr.?
I thought it was mentioned, but I didn't take a note on it, so, and that's why I said I was just gonna jump to that with Heavenly.
Okay, so we'll jump to that with Heavenly, but yeah, Amy J said she feel bad for him. Listen, Dr. Eugene, he love it. Toya has been beating him up since we saw this them two on this screen.
Jeremy said that Dr. Eugene still thinks he's the fat kid in school, and Toya is the pretty girl that gave him a chance. Dude, stop it. You rich.
But Jeremy, he don't realize that. But you know what? Since we seen these two, she had him in tax debt. Remember, he had to work a night and day in the ER to pay off some taxes. Okay, they done bought about 10 houses together. Lost
12, honey, because they've been moving every season of the daggone show. Let's call it round it up to 12.
Okay, 12, and they know now. I'm praying though, because I'm rooting for Toya and Eugene. I like them. Okay, Toya cute. I'm rooting for them. I hope this is their forever home.
I guess we'll find
out. And I hope Dr. Eugene don't have to get a third job just to keep it.
He already got a third job with his pills and potions his practice he got, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
Here's my thing with Eugene and Toya. Like, I'm all here for black love. I'm all here for black support and all of that. But like, for me, in my personal opinion, this relationship, it just seems very one-sided. Like, it just feels like Eugene does all of the work, like, and Toya just sits back and just reaps the benefits of everything that Eugene does. And in my opinion, Eugene is looking old as dirt. Like, he just look old, toe out, tired, ready to give in. Like, I don't know. Something's got to give for Eugene. Working these 2 jobs, 2 hours away and 5 hours away, and then to accuse this man of saying he could possibly have another family. You think that he would want to deal with somebody else after putting up with you?
He ain't got time.
Yeah, they are a lot. They are a lot. But we jump to this next. Oh, and then their opinion with Dr. Heavenly. Now, here's the only reason I'm going to say this, Diva. The only reason I'm going to have the opinion that I'm going to have is because of the climate that we are in. If we can let this man get up and be the president of the United States and act a whole damn fool, why don't we try to trust somebody to do something? I mean, Heavenly may be able to do the job, but if not, as she has said in many of her interviews, their current state representative, the people never hear from him. He hasn't been to any of the meetings in the last 4 years. Let's move him out and possibly get somebody in there that may be able to get something done. If not, what's another vote to kick her out and put somebody else in there? So Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon have their next scene coming up. And so Heavenly is sitting on the couch working on her computer. And so she shares with Dr. Damon, I'm running for state representative. I didn't think that I would ever be able to do this, but here I am. And Damon shares how proud he is of Heavenly. He supports her 100%, and he's riding with her with this. Heavenly opens up about their son, Damon, opens up with Damon Sr. in regards to keeping secrets from her. Because apparently, according to Heavenly, she had no clue. that her son was arrested in 2022 for for aggravated assault against the law enforcement. Okay. Apparently, Dr. Damon kept it a secret from Heavenly. You know, Heavenly shared in one of her YouTube videos. He got pulled over. He pulled off from the officer. They caught back up with him. They arrested him. One of the sergeants downtown recognized who he was, called Dr. Damon. Dr. Damon came and picked him up. And allegedly, it was never told to Heavenly. Well, when Heavenly found out, apparently she went to her baby boy and went off on him. She said it was a lot of cussing and fussing. I don't exactly remember what I said, but I went in on him. Heavenly then shares that she has not seen her son in months. He packed his bags up and left the house. She asked Damon, have I done anything? What did I do wrong? Can you bring him back home? And Dr. Damon said, listen, I didn't keep no secrets from you. And if anybody else got a problem with it, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, he got to live his life for him. And nobody can bring him home but God. But when he does come home, I will be there with open arms, welcoming him back into the house. So that was pretty much that scene. Did you want to stop there? Or did you want me to jump to the next one?
I could do that scene real quick. Hey, Daddy. You know I was running for representative, state representative. Royaire, I hate to say this. I'm sick of those two. I really am. You know, they try to act like they up here above it all, got their nose in it. But Daddy, you told me 2 years later. Come, you first of all, and I had to learn about it on the internet, Daddy. Daddy, I miss my son. Can you just bring him home? Can you make him come home and talk to his mommy? The foolery of this whole scene, Royaire, I was like, I couldn't do. Did you catch when Damon said, I did tell you, and then switched it back? I did catch that. It's the lies, the lies, the lies. That whole scene was nothing but straight foolery. It was straight foolery and lies. You coming up there and ain't keeping it real. So she's right. She'll be a great politician. She'll quickly, Daddy kept this for Buddy.
Oh my God.
No, she did. No, he did not. So, you know, she'll be a great politician for the simple fact of what happened?
They said, Royaire, I know you love Heavenly, but she's a nasty piece of work and she's lying. She knew, as a nosy as she is, she didn't know lies.
Yeah, listen, you know, let's be clear. She knew that her son was arrested. She knew that Daddy went and picked up the son. I don't believe her either. This scene was so phony to me. It was so fake and phony to me. And, you know, she'll be a great state representative because it seems like a lot of politicians, they just don't tell the truth. So she's going to fit right in perfectly. She's going to fit right in perfectly. I just thought the whole scene was, you know, whatever. And he said, you running for office, you bold, you smart, and you ready. And plus you got me by your side. And she's going to talk about, you know, we public figures, right, Daddy? This happened in 2022 and you didn't tell me. He talking about he took care of it. You ain't take care of nothing because it still ended up on the internet, Daddy.
Well, he took care of it for 2 years.
It still ended up on the internet, and you ain't take care of nothing because your son is still out there in the streets. He won't come back to y'all, and you talk about can't nobody do it but God. Faith without works is nothing. No, I'm going up out in these streets. I'm snatching my son up, and I'm telling him to get his whole life together. You know I'm out here running for the state representative, and I'm here on this TV, and you out here getting arrested, cutting up, and acting like a fool. You better get your whole life together. They said, you said he's in a diversion program? See, but you know what, though? You're in a diversion program, so they ain't giving us reality TV. You in a diversion program, and you see your parents up on the screen lying like you just in the streets and don't want to come home. And this is the one that wanted to be a dentist, right?
In my opinion, I don't think he wanted to be a dentist. I feel like she kind of pushed him into that. In my opinion, that's just how I feel. But he was practicing in her office, yes.
Okay,
in my honest opinion, I do feel like that Heavenly did not know about this at the time when it happened. I do feel that way because anybody who knows Heavenly, which her husband would know her best, she would flip her gasket. Like she would freaking lose it. And who wants to put up with that? So I could totally see Damon not sharing this with her when it first happened. When they got on camera and talked about this, yes, you can see it in her face. You can see it in her emotions that we done talked about this before. It was very fake and put on for the cameras. But I do believe that Damon kept it a secret from her when it first happened. Because who wants to put up with all of that? She's on reality TV. She's been running around talking about how great and perfect her family is for years. For this to come out, it would do nothing but put her in a space of having to be honest and real about what's going on, which is why I think they kept it a secret for so long. You're not going to tell me that you came back in 2022, or when did this happen in 22? You're not going to tell me you came back in 23 and didn't know about this on a whole TV show. Like, I refuse to believe that. But, you know, it was a moment for the television. I could see it not being easy for him to come back home because of the type of person that Heavenly is. She's just so dominant and forceful. And after making a mistake like that, you don't want to come home and then have to put up with somebody tearing you down for a mistake that you made. Granted, it was a horrible mistake, but I could totally see why they did not share with Heavenly. That's my opinion. I could just totally see it at first why they didn't share it with her. Just as a person, for me, there are things, you know, that I share with one parent that I may not share with the other. And I'll say this live. My daddy has always told me he don't do bail and babies. So I would definitely have to call my mama and tell her not to tell my daddy if I got arrested, at least when it first happened, because he ain't gonna come get me out. I don't know. I could see, you know, her not knowing at first, but getting on this TV and acting like you didn't know, stop it. That was for the cameras. Like, stop. We could stop.
As Fifi said, do you really believe that Daddy kept this from Buddy? I do not.
I do. Who wants to hear all that fussing and hollering? Like, nobody want to hear that. Go on somewhere. Go on.
But like I think it was Monique said, he slipped up and said, I did tell you. He slipped up and said, I did tell you. These two are full of nothing but lies. And then he tried to switch it back. He did slip up and say, but I did tell you. And she was like, huh? Because she knew that wasn't the plan that they was going to talk about on the TV. She's like, huh? He said, I told you later. She was like, but you know, he said, I didn't tell you that much later afterwards or whatever the case may be. She's keeping them kids away from the spotlight because of the election. No, I think she keeping it. I think outside of the daughter, I think that the kids really didn't want to be in the spotlight like that. If you go back, mostly for the most part, her daughter was always shown on the TV and one of the sons, not even the other son. So I think the other son, they never even want to be on the TV or whatever was going on with that. It will only be one son. And then, you know, the daughter, we saw the daughter grow up a little bit more. She will always have conversation with the daughter. Yes. You know, I just think she's full of it. She not keeping it 100.
Yeah, I will say that middle son that she has, his name is Zachary. Zach has been at a lot of her rallies from what I've seen on Instagram. He does push her on his Instagram. Zach is actually the child that is now going to take over her dentist office. So he is at Meharry Medical School right now getting his dentistry license, and he's going to take her office if she wins this state representative position, because she won't be able to hold both jobs from my understanding. But we'll see.
He's already licensed?
He's working on getting his license now. He's at Meharry Medical College.
Yeah, but he can't take over her office without the license. He gonna be like that other guy.
He's working on getting his license now, so she won't run until 2026. So her term won't come up until then. I believe this is his last year. So I follow him on Instagram. Look, hold on. I believe this is his last year.
Still going to have to do a resident program. You don't graduate and start working on somebody's teeth right away.
So see, he may be in his residency at Meharry College, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they do not push this eldest son. I have seen the middle son and the daughter, was my point. I have seen them out on the campaign trail with her. Now, this eldest son, as she said, he ain't fooling with her. So no, they're not going to push this. And I'm sure he ain't pushing her either. So yeah, we'll see how the rest of that story rolls out, if it rolls out anymore the rest of this season. Obviously it'll be brought up again at the end of this episode, so we'll talk about it then. But let's move on. Contessa and Scott, we go to their office building. Contessa and Scott are getting, the latest updates on what's going on in all of their office situation. So they do have an integrative and functional medicine clinic. So I do remember that from last season. They were working out of a little space. They said that they've outgrown the space. They bought a building at the end of 2023. This building is 4,000 square feet. The contract cost is about $400,000 to do everything that they want to do. Contessa and Scott say that this has a boardroom, an exam room, a procedure room, and a kitchen. This is going to be lifestyle medicine for the community. Let's see. They met with an interior designer, Amanda. She brought in a few tiles to look at. And she's saying it's going to take about 2 months to install the tiling for the floor, but they are still waiting on the contractor, which he's been saying 2 weeks for the past 2 years. Okay. And so they're still waiting on that. Apparently their clinic is homeless right now, so they need things to kind of hurry up, because she said that they are losing patients by the day. She's working a full-time job and a part-time job and trying to get this together. Scott is practicing medicine full-time. Contessa shared that they just need to hurry up and get things going. Apparently there's some kind of deal with Eugene and Toya as well, so that's why they're trying to get a move on things as well. And so Toya and Eugene are, Eugene has that practice that he has as well, and so he's going to be renting a space from them, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in Toya and Contessa's scene. In our next scene, we have Simone, Toya, and Brandy, Nurse Brandy. So we meet the new Married to Medicine castmate. Brandy is a board-certified family nurse practitioner. Her office is Conquer Aesthetics, and they do all injectable needs, all little, small surgical needs, anything that you want to lift, tuck, pull, snatch. She does it all there, okay? Brandy is a wife. She is a mother of 4. She has a very busy life she shares with us. Before her med spa, she worked with Dr. Damon at his interventional pain and injury practice, where she was a nurse practitioner there as well. And then they also shared last week that she worked at Northside with Simone and Jackie as a nurse practitioner there as well. So that is what she does, everyone. She's a nurse practitioner. She owns her own med spa. And she seems to be doing well for herself. Simone and Toya go to her office. They have a little chit-chat conversation moment. I don't know exactly what they were going to get done procedure-wise, but as they were in the room chit-chatting, Toya shares that she had a dream about Quad and King possibly moving into her neighborhood, and she says she do not want that. Toya then gets a call from one of the children saying, unfortunately, that her dog drowned in the pool. Toya shares that she let her dog outside before she left the house. She asked the housekeeper to let the dog back in. The housekeeper was doing a little laundry. She went out to go look for the dog, and unfortunately, she found the dog floating in the pool. Brandy came in, checked on her. Simone and Brandy were very comforting to her. Brandy asked, was there anything that she can do? And Toya said, well, do you got some tequila, girl? Okay. So those were those 2 scenes, Diva. Contessa's office and then the ladies together.
Contessa and Dr. Scott. Every time I think, Contessa, she done went to this grad school. She got all these degrees, but something up here ain't clicking. But she wanted to say it's okay. Well, she was saying it costs what it costs, and it's okay that Dr. Scott is writing checks for $12K per week, and this man still ain't got nothing done in the building. Girl, I'm looking at that screen like, are you dumb, stupid, or both? No, I would be on that man's behind. I want to see some progress in this building. You're not getting another check until I know what is being done here. I'm going to keep throwing out my money and you not getting nothing done. And I'm looking at my husband talking about things cost. Yeah, things cost, but you should get some stuff done. So no, I'm not writing another check until I see some progress. We need this building done. Period. And if you can't do it, I'm gonna have to fire you and get somebody who can. And when she went there and the woman came with the towels, the construction people should have been there, Royaire, doing some work. They tapped out all their money.
401k, savings, bonds.
300K out of his, asking her how much she took out of hers, and she proud because they bought a building in a prestigious area in Atlanta. Contessa, wake up! I cannot with her. And then she another one talking about she working 7 jobs and y'all trying to get this building together. I just 2 full-time jobs. But this building was a dream come true. Listen, respectfully, Royaire, if you die from the stress, it ain't gonna be a dream. I just was like, I can't with Contessa. I just can't. They a whole bunch of doctors. We married to medicine, and ain't nobody in medicine making sense. You got to make that make sense.
Emmanuel said Contessa is missing common sense. Where is the common sense at, honey?
She need to follow the yellow brick road and ask Oz for a brain, because I can't with Contessa. Okay, if I only had a brain, I can't. Okay, it's more common sense. When I'm writing 12K checks and nothing's getting done, Royaire, I don't think so.
It's a problem. Yeah, I in my opinion, I just feel like Contessa is just always, I feel like she has great intentions, but her execution never follows through. Like, we went through the bodybuilding phase. We went through the phase of trying to run for state medical something, where she wanted to be the medical examiner for the state. Like, then we wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Then we wanted to open our own practice. Like, it's just all these things that Contessa consistently wants to do, while Scott is riding the retirement bench, because Scott only got one job, and he said he ain't picking up no more hours. Okay, he works his little 6 hours. He come on home and do what he want to do. Sergeant General, thank you. Sergeant General for the medical thing. That's what she wanted to do. Sergeant General, thank you. It's just like, you're not making sense, honey, and you're spending all this money for what? Like, y'all had a building. Y'all were doing well. If you weren't in a place where you were ready to move in and continue your practice, why are we doing this? You're trying to help the community, but now you're losing the community because you don't have a place to help the community. What are we doing? It just makes no sense. Dr. Jackie got a whole building. Go over there to Dr. Jackie and rent out a few offices until you can get your building set up. Well, I guess they can't rent out no offices because they ain't got no money to rent out nothing, because they done put all the money in this.
Now, listen. This Dr. Simone, Toya, and Brandy, the nurse. It was a lot. I'll jump to this. So Brandy tells us that, she the mother of 4. She work a lot. She used to work for Dr. Damon. So shout out to Dr. Damon. She always gonna have love for him because he gave her, I guess, a job or whatever. Now she got her practice and she doing snatch, tap, injections, whatever you need, she got you. Okay. Toya and Simone are there. They go in the room together, and that's when they learn about Bailey, right? Oh yeah, and her daddy will get the paint. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, daddy gonna get the paint. She looked like, the paint. Yeah, so I guess it's so to me, is Daddy a construction worker or does he work at Home Depot? Like he's getting the paint, like because if Daddy's a construction worker, why don't they use Daddy?
Remember, Daddy had prostate cancer. He was knocking on death's door. Remember that?
I do remember that.
He was like a drug addict at one point in time. Then he had prostate cancer, and then Daddy ain't gonna come in.
Now he getting the paint.
Buy no paint, like child.
Listen. So they learned about Bailey. That scene was pretty sad to me. I felt for her because I didn't realize Bailey was around for 18 years.
Me either.
That's a long time. That's a long time. But first she said the housekeeper let him out, but then later on in the scene she said she let him out and the housekeeper was supposed to let Bailey back in. Either way, Bailey ended up belly up in the pool. Listen, I was like, yo, Toya. I don't know, between Toya and the housekeeper Anna, y'all messed up. Bailey is no longer with us. And that's it.
Come on, Bailey. Go
Bailey. That's it.
To be with my love. Not beyond.
Listen, boy, if anybody asks you where I'm going,
out to the pool soon.
You said I can't fool with y'all. Come on now. Okay. Rest in peace, Bailey.
Yes, rest in peace, Bailey. I have definitely lost a dog before. My first dog, Smokey. So I totally understand the loss. It was, a tragic loss, but Toya even said in her episode, most of the times when dogs know that it's their time to go, they try to go away from the family so that the family doesn't have to experience it. I guess Bailey wanted to have a traumatic exit because she wanted the people to find her. Okay, so she said, I'm gonna jump into this pool, take my life, and move on about my business. But support her friends. It was nice for the ladies to come in and for her. And so speaking of support, that rolls us into our next scene, Bailey's funeral. Okay. All right. So Toya and her husband Eugene, they rented out a church for they bought an urn and a dog casket as well for Bailey. They had a nice little service. All of the ladies showed up. I think the only person I didn't see was Quad, I believe. But all of the rest of the ladies showed up for the funeral. Most of them had their dogs with them as well. Heavenly brought her dog. Simone and Cecil brought theirs. Contessa brought her dog. Jackie does not do dogs. And Mimi just wanted to make sure there wasn't nobody up in here peeing, okay? All of the ladies were really shocked that Toya put on such a formal event for a dog. The funeral was funeraling. It was definitely given everything that it needed to give. So, Eugene said, who has a funeral for a dog? And Toya said, well, who has a baby shower for a Birkin? Okay. She does it all. Don't forget about it. Eugene and Toya, they both get up on the pulpit and they share how Bailey has, affected their lives. Eugene shares that Bailey was their first child pretty much. Bailey taught them how to be parents. She was every person that she came in contact with, she just spread the love and, made them feel at home when they came to their home. So, and Bailey impacted everybody that met her. Toya also shared that the day of Bailey's passing, unfortunately, Bailey had an accident at the house. And so Bailey used the bathroom on the carpet. And Toya says she normally fusses at Bailey because Bailey knows better. But she said that day she did not fuss at Bailey. She just picked it up, cleaned it up, and went on by her business. And she said Bailey looked at her all day, just waiting on that fussing. But she's so glad that she did not fuss Bailey out because she did not want that to be her last memory of Toya, is the way that she treats her husband. Bailey, gave Toya a sense of support. And she said, this is why it's important for us to be friends, because friends show up when people lose, other people and things in their lives. And it was a beautiful for all of the friends to show up and to be there to support Toya and her family during this loss of Bailey. So that was that scene right there. And then I'll throw this in here as well because this was just real quick. Toya and Contessa, they're riding in the car together. Toya and Eugene will be renting space from the Metcalfs, okay? So I guess the ladies don't watch enough TV. I guess the ladies have not seen the other people on the other shows using spaces from other people and how that turns out. But I guess we'll see how it's going to be. Toya said it should be a pretty good business venture for them to rent from the Metcalf. So we'll see how that rolls out. Eugene still has his recharge wellness business, that same business that he was operating out of one room last year with all his pills and potions, baby. He still has his business. Contessa said that they have 2 more weeks to get things together. And Eugene and Toya said she would consult with Eugene to see if it'll work out, but it should work out. Jackie has invited all the ladies to an event, to a little dance class, if you may. She told them to wear their sexiest outfits and their heels. Toya and Contessa are coming together. Toya says she doesn't normally like going to Jackie's events because it ain't never no alcohol there. Well, Contessa said, girl, you got the party with you because here's the alcohol. I'm bringing it with us, so let's go. So those were those 2 scenes. Anything on that?
The funeral I thought was everything. I really, I know people love their pets, and really, let's be honest with you, 18 years of a pet in your life is a very long time. I love the way Eugene handled it. I loved his talk. Toya was very sincere. And I like the fact that the other dogs came. And I got to give it to you. I really don't want no pet, but I do love them because I wanted Dr. Heavenly's dog. She was cute.
Right.
She had little pearls on. She was sleeping in the funeral. And, I love the fact that I want to say Dr. Simone brought her dogs, and there were some other people in there that brought their pets with them to the doggy funeral. I was here for it, and I was here that she told the people to wear white. Okay, so I was here for it that she told the people to wear white, and Toya is Toya. She asked why the dogs didn't have on white. They ain't got no white. Okay, Toya wanted you to stay in theme for her beloved Bailey. Okay, she had her pictures blown up her belly. I was here for it. I thought it was very cute, and her sons was just sitting there, but they know who their mama is, right? They know their mama is extra, so they was just sitting there. And and Dr. Eugene said Bailey taught them how to first be parents. So holla at Bailey. He served a good purpose in their lives. Okay, so I was here for the funeral. I loved it. Okay, and Dr. Heavenly showed up, Mimi showed up, Brandy showed up, Simone, Angel, Zissou, Contessa. The people came out for Bailey.
They came out.
Rest in peace, Bailey. Okay. R.I.P. You stupid.
Listen, this is in honor of Bailey. Just real quick, y'all. Just real quick.
Okay. Come on, show me. The kids was into it. That was cute. So, Toya and Contessa riding in the car together. And Contessa, I guess everybody's just full of lies. Because Contessa was like, you're still interested in renting this space. And, Toya said, well, when will it be ready? She said 2 weeks. That lady just told Contessa 2 months. I said 2 weeks. And then she said 2 months would be pushing it. And Toya said, well, she got to speak to Eugene, so we're going to see what's that. They said, Dr. Jackie don't do the alcohol, but Contessa says she got the alcohol, so no worries. And, they got to wear the jeans, the heels. Be sexy, wear the heels. And, that they came to show out for, a Dr. Jackie's event. Tamar does have a beautiful voice, and Tamar looks totally different in that.
Oh my God! Well, wait a minute. She was pregnant in that scene. She was pregnant in that scene. She was pregnant with Logan.
But you know what though? Just she still looks totally different. That I think after a while, all of these celebrities, they just touch their bodies and their face too much. They do. I know. Hi, Andre and Gabe. Yeah.
Oh my God. So let's jump into our last two scenes of the night. Diva, you know, these two scenes were everything. The ladies came together.
These scenes were fire. These scenes were fire.
Fire and desire. Okay. I loved it. Every bit of this ending. It was everything. So we are at the ladies' dance night. Simone comes in to the dance studio. You know, everybody knows Simone got two left shoes. So she, you know, said, we'll see what we can do tonight. Brandy and Contessa, they show up as well as Toya. Toya and Contessa get the drinks flowing with the ladies, you know, so that the people can loosen up and have a good time. Dr. Jackie shows up with a huge bouquet of flowers in memory of Bailey's. And I thought that was so sweet of her to give that flower to Toya, even though her and Toya do have a bit of a beef standing right now in regards to this whole Curtis grabbing on women and all of this stuff. It was still a nice gesture from Jackie to bring that to Toya. Jackie felt that some of the ladies danced around their issues at the Sanders Polo Classic, but tonight we're going to dance them down, okay, and get them out the way. Quad arrives with all her butt and her body snatched, okay? I said, okay, Quad, we see you in your bustier. Lastly, Dr. Heavenly comes. Dr. Heavenly has entered the group of friends for the night. So Desiree is the dance teacher. Desiree gets up and she shows the ladies how to get down and do their thing. Mimi said that she was a trained dancer at one point in time. And so Mimi gets up there and does her best to strut her stuff and do whatever she did. I said, okay, all righty. Most of the ladies did not give sex appeal at all. Most of them gave stiff. Dr. Jackie said she was like the 10-man. I was like, yes, all of y'all was like a 10-man. Just stiff, no mobility, no sex appeal at all. Like, it just wasn't giving. The ladies danced, they twerked, they squatted, they rode chairs. Rode on chairs. They did everything that was under the sun to do. So at the end of the dance session, Jackie had some questions for the ladies because she wants to deal with some of the issues so that they can move forward in the group of in a positive way. So here we go, Diva, okay? Here's the bull for the night, okay? Here was the scheme that Jackie set up to come to us with the bull, okay, y'all? So Jackie's first question, does anyone go through their spouse's phone? Okay. Diva, would you go through your spouse's phone?
Toya said I do.
And she don't give a damn, and she wish she would say something.
Period. Okay.
Toya said, listen, because her mama and her daddy cheated, okay? She ain't calling no names, but her mama and her daddy cheated. And she said she gonna look. And if you're looking for something, be ready to find. And when you find, be ready to act accordingly. I said, well, all right, Toya, you better know. Okay. She then asked Simone, would you have gone to Quad's party? Or she says that Simone would have not gone to Quad's party, even if she was invited, no matter when the invitation was sent. And Simone said that that is not true. Which, Diva, this threw me off a little bit because I thought this was a night of asking questions. You put an answer out there for Simone instead of giving her the question to ask. But Simone came back and checked it real quick. She said, that is not true. That is not true. Had she invited me in an appropriate time manner, I would have come. But because she waited 2 hours before the event, she wasn't going to do it. She has put effort into her friendship with Quad. She's put time, and she's done with the BS. Quad felt that she made light of the house situation that Simone mentioned when she was on live with Sweet Tea, and she still found it positive to invite Simone regardless of when it was and what happened. Simone immediately got hype and started pointing her finger in Quad's face, and Quad said, get your finger out my face, pipe it on down, don't do it. And so the ladies go back and forth. Quad gets hyped and she begins to cry. And she's saying, that she has tried with Simone. She's tired of trying with Simone. She's given apologies. She's, met Simone where she's at. And as Quad told us last week, she don't kiss no butt. But it looks like she did a little butt kiss in the night. Simone felt that Quad had shut her out of her life, shut her out of the group, and they just continued to have issues. Jackie said that the two ladies actually care about each other, but they keep letting their issues get in the midst of it all. Quad then apologized to Simone again in regards to how Simone has felt Quad has treated her throughout the years. And she said she genuinely means it this time. And she's serious about the apology. She said, look at me and hold my hand. Hold my hand. Hold my hand. Simone felt that Quad shut her out and she doesn't, feel like she deserves the behavior that Quad has been giving her. They did eventually hug it out, and it seemed that there was a breakthrough. Well, right after that breakthrough, another mishap happened. Because Heavenly said that she don't want the people bringing up her name and mentioning her family, like Toya did at the Polo Classics. And she said, Toya, do we have an issue? Do we need to talk about anything? And so Toya shared that she was shocked to hear about Heavenly running for state representative, because how can you advocate for a community and you treat your friends like crap? Toya said that she thought it was a joke and she didn't care exactly what the job was that Heavenly was running for, because she cannot do the job. Heavenly went back and forth calling her dumb and stupid, and you don't even know what the job is for. How you gonna say it's a stupid job? And I'm out here representing 18,000 people in my district. You don't even live in my district, so I don't even want you. You can't even vote for me. Heavenly and Toya go back and forth. Heavenly says, and I heard you was talking about my son and my family. Keep my son's name and my family out your mouth. Toya said, well, you get on YouTube and dog all of us out. Only when it's your family. Then we cannot say anything. But when it has anything to do with anybody else, it's okay. Toya said, you don't want me to talk about your son? Keep my family out of your mouth, okay? So that was the scene with the ladies. Did you want me to do the men's scene as well? Or did you want to discuss that real quick?
Well, you know what? Let me discuss this real quick. Yo, that scene right there was everything. Epic. Let me tell you this. First of all, I like the Jackie event. Okay, the ladies come in your sexy stuff or whatever the case may be, and I'm gonna have to give hands down. The sexiest people was Quad and Angel. Okay. Dr. Heavenly came in looking like grandma with the boots and the tights and the yeah. So I just was all, but I think in terms of sexy, hands down, it was Angel and it was Quad, right? So the little dance and the little thing they did, I was here for it. I liked it. Soon as they sat down in them chairs, I knew some mess was going to happen. I knew some mess was going to happen. And Dr. Simone, you know how she gets, right? And honey, I thought it was going to go all the way left when Quad told her about pointing that finger. But I'm going to say to you, I like the way it ended. I like the way it ended. You just hold my hand. Hold my hand. I love you. I love you, Simone. I love you.
I love you too.
So
we just need some time. We need some time.
Okay, we do. They hugged it out and it was all good. And I thought we was gonna go ahead and move on. But no. Dr. Heavenly thought she was gonna come for Toya. One thing you gotta know about Toya gonna stand on her own 2 feet. So don't play with Toya. She tried to play her because she wanted to really say, Toya, you stupid. You don't even know what this person does and what it means. She said, I don't care what it does or means. You can't do the job. She said, you ain't the girl for the job. And then she ended it and said, I ain't voting for you. I said, oh, shit. Woo. When I tell you that scene gave me life, I couldn't help myself. I was like, good God Almighty. She said, and I'm not voting for you. And she said, I ain't talked about your son. She said, but if you want to go there,
let's go.
Let's go. Toya won. She did the darn thing in that scene.
She shut it down.
She shut it down. She chin checked her.
Shout out for the chin checks in 2025. All the people getting chin checked in 2025.
She chin checked her. She chin checked her. So you know, it was all good. It worked out well. You know, and that scene was like, whoa, okay. It was like, whoa. And I like what Dr. Contessa said. I told you we all should have hugged.
This whole scene, honestly, Diva, I am so over Simone and this quad bantering back and forth. Like, and for me, honestly, I don't even understand. Well, okay, I do, but I really don't understand what exactly Simone's frustration is with Quad. You know who Quad is. She has shown you who she is. Believe her. Do like the rest of the ladies. Let her come on back in the group when she want to come and kiki and hee, and when she gone about her business, let her go on and do what she do. We know who Quad is. That is what she does. So let her be. Let her do. Let her get her check and go on about her business. You know, and it's even more interesting to me because it seems like Cecil and Quad have this brotherly, sisterly relationship. And I feel that Simone is jealous of it for some reason. Like, she just does not like their connection, because down through the years, every time that Cecil has brought up Quad and Simone getting back together, she pushes it on Quad. And why do you keep defending her? Why do you keep standing up for her? Blah, 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 blah. There is some type of jealousy, in my opinion, when it comes to Quad. I mean, what issue? What are the other issues? We know that Quad is fake. We know that she's only going to come around when cameras pick up. Move on. Let it go.
No. See, you know what? You know why we can't move on, Royaire? Because what was that other woman that almost broke Cecil and Simone up? Cecil
Tammy!
Thank you. Cecil has a problem with, you know, what do I want to call it? He got a problem with, you know, just being a little extra friendly. Now, do I think he want anything to do with what's the name? With Quad like that? Absolutely not. But he just has a whole problem with, you know, just doing too much when it comes to not backing up his wife. Come on, Emmanuel, the female friends. Cecil got a little too much with the female friends. So that is, and Cecil always has Quad back. Come on, Fifi. Cecil be doing too much with the female friends. We're going to need Cecil to calm down. And that's why we're going to see next week where, you know, Dr. Simone loses it. Yo,
I am the people. I'm not voting for you.
No, that was so wild, Royaire. That's why I said that scene was everything. She said, I am the people and I'm not voting for you. Child, that's everything. But yes, Fifi, thank you. He's always has Quad's back. And as my husband, the first back you need to have is mine. He need to talk to Dr. Eugene, because Dr. Eugene said, I don't care what come out of Toya's mouth. I got her back. So
that's
yes,
problematic to me, but okay.
It's
someone has to hold Quad accountable.
You got somebody else back more than you got your wife back. That's problematic.
So the men have their scene tonight as well. And Diva, this is why it is important for the men to be a part of the show on a housewife show or on a married show or anything.
100%.
Because the men gave what needed to be gave tonight, okay?
100%.
So the men have to meet up. You know, they go out for their drinks and cigars. They meet down at the little spot. All the husbands and boyfriends. We only got one boyfriend. Everybody else is a husband, King. The men said that they enjoyed the Polo Classics. They miss Eugene and Dr. Damon. You know, Dr. Damon was not there. Of course, Heavenly wasn't there. And then Eugene was away at his 50-11 jobs, you know, working his butt off. Shamar, Brandy's husband, said, hey, I need some advice. I'm new to the group. Help a brother out. I'm in here, okay? And so Eugene says that women, you know, sometimes they keep stuff too real. And a lot of the women in this group, they are alpha women. And Eugene said that he also supports his wife in any time, anywhere, any place, okay? He said, well, what happens when she's wrong? And I said, good question, King. Eugene and Cecil said, you stay on their side and find a way to in the crack of their story, you find a way to kind of bring some light to it, to bring some common sense to the situation, to maybe point them in the direction where they may be wrong, point them in the direction of right, is what Cecil said. Eugene said, no, I stand on business. My wife said it, that's what it's going to be. Period, point blank. And Scott said, well, we can't uphold wrong. And then Curtis began to share, you know, in regards to him being offended about the comments that Toya made on Watch What Happens Live. And that the stuff that she said was not a representation, in the words of Jackie, of the man that he is today. And Eugene said, well, I don't feel like my wife lied about anything. She said what she said, and she said what she meant, and we stand on business. Curtis got, you know, his rolled his eyes a little bit, got a little undignified. Curtis said, I didn't like the response, and it wasn't true. He wasn't here for it. Mimi's husband, I can't remember what his name was, but Mimi's husband, Steve, said Curtis is just saying that we have to hold our wives accountable and be responsible for what they say. Eugene, he said, well, to lighten the situation, let's talk about something else, because he could tell that the situation was getting a little heated. And Curtis said in his confessionals, listen, he ain't never been one to start a fight, but he was always there when it ended. Always. I said, oh, is this a threat? Are you threatening us? Eugene said, well, I heard that Heavenly is running for state representative. And Damon said, yes, it's true. I'm very proud of her. I'm supporting her. And we're going to see how things roll out. And so that ended us off on episode 2, season 12 of Married to Medicine. Anything on that, Diva?
Oh, I got something on that. First of all, Curtis all of a sudden now got all this courage in all his mouth. I was like, since when we get all this from Curtis? First of all, you just started showing up for Dr. Jackie. He was doing, remember, he was missing a whole lot of reunions. He always had to work. Remember, we had one whole season where he was doing business in Puerto Rico. Okay. We had the season where he got caught in the airport walking with some other chick. You always finish what, Curtis? What are you talking about? Okay. Yeah, he needs to stay out of the airport. That part right there. You always finish what? Curtis is very touchy-feely from what we see. And you know, Toya, she cute. She got a big booty, and he pulled that thing down, you know, pulled her down on his lap. Now, do I think when they go on Watch What Happens Live with Andy, they all get flipping with the mouth? They do. Do I think it's right? I don't. Do I think she needed to bring that up about Curtis? I do not. But Curtis, you in your feelings? You need to get out your feelings because you're being like the girls now. And then you think you're going to sit there. They always want to check a guy in the group. So you want to sit there and you want to check a Dr. Eugene? And if Curtis was keeping it real, Royaire, with his wife, then he would have told his wife he was wrong. She was wrong for what she did to Buffy, calling Buffy out in front of the crowd, saying Buffy was infertile. She was wrong what she said about the black woman always complaining why they're pregnant, and she was wrong for calling out and saying that what's the name? What is the new girl name? Brandy. look big in front of a crowd. So Curtis, you don't be checking your wife either. None of y'all check your wives. So don't have selective outrage and want to tell Eugene it's not white. He need to check his wife when we have yet to see you check Jackie. So sit down. So we got Steve in the group. And Steve want to be all, he want to, talk sense and say all this. Steve, you just got here. The ink on your wife's contract didn't even dry yet. You need to just sit down. I don't need to hear nothing from you. Because y'all ran Dr. G off the show and is married to medicine, but y'all got King sitting there and him and Quad ain't married and they ain't never getting married and he's not going to have no baby with her. But y'all got King sitting there and he ain't married to medicine. This is married to medicine, my love.
My love, okay.
Okay. Now, Daddy sitting there. I ain't got nothing for Dr. Damon. I really don't. Oh, come on now. I'm 50 Go. We're still doing your background check, Steve. So shut up. Okay. Well, nobody want to hear from you. And be like Shamar. All Shamar said is tell me how to move in the group. And King, you sitting there. You don't check a Quad. So let's stop this with the men need to check their wives. You don't check Quad. Cecil can't check Simone. Curtis, you don't check Dr. Jackie. And Damon, you only check Dr. Heavenly every now and then when it comes to something to do with you. But Dr. Heavenly has ran her mouth and wilded out since the moment she got on our screen, and you rarely ever check her. So now, just because you upset Curtis, we got to check the wives? No, please.
Yeah, I thought the whole checking thing, like, I mean, if it was in the situation where the men were actually checking their wives about behavior, I would agree with it. But being that nobody actually checks their wives when they're wrong, stop it. Let's stop it. Let's stop trying to play like, we men and macho and we got this. Like, stop the BS, okay? Y'all fight amongst each other as well, just like the ladies fight amongst each other as well. Like, stop it. I don't understand what Curtis's frustration is, okay? You pulled Toya down on your lap. We did see you with a woman in the airport. You admitted to cheating on Jackie. Granted, it's not your behavior now, but we still it's still your past. It happened. Andy asked the question. Toya mentioned the truth. What are you upset about? You can't be mad at us because you choose to go cheat on your wife and you choose to be touching women inappropriately. Don't be mad at us. Check your own behavior. Now, of course, Eugene is not going to stand up and check Toya about anything because he can't stand up to himself from Toya. Toya treats him like the gum on the bottom of her red bottoms. King, why are you here?
Why are you here?
Why?
Why are you on our screen?
Why? What's the reason? What's the purpose? What do? He own a limo service or something like that? Sir, you're nowhere near medicine. Go on about your business. I didn't understand the fake outrage of the night. I was just like, okay, this is stupid. But I did appreciate how Damon, I did appreciate how Eugene brought up Heavenly running for state representative. Because he said we need some more information. I was shocked when I found out. Damon said, yeah, I know, but Heavenly's going to do great. I support her 100%. She got this. Sir, the only way they're going to have this is if you don't have no more secrets that she don't know about.
She knew
as
about
Heavenly said in her scene, if I don't know about this, what about the other baby out here that I don't know about? Allegedly. Great scenes tonight, Diva. I totally enjoyed the episode. I was just like, okay, people.
Honey, the the honey, Toya took me out. I am the people, and I'm not voting for you.
I'm not voting for you.
Listen. You don't get no better than that. Toya, you better give it up, okay? She ain't back down. Down. Okay?
That tequila stood on 10 with her, okay? Because I was like, Toya is toasty. She feeling herself. But she felt it right. I said, go ahead, Toya. Say what you feel and feel what you say.
Yeah, and her husband handled it in the men's group.
He did.
Because when he was sick of Curtis, he said, next subject. He said, I miss you guys.
Because I'm standing on business, but on a lighter note.
He said, Dr. G, I heard, Dr. Damon, I heard, Heavenly Running. He sure did change that subject. Come on, Eugene. Eugene and Toya stole the scenes in the separate scenes. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Boom.
They carried the night.
They carried the night.
Well, listen, that was the end of our recap for season 12, episode 2. At the end of every episode, we'd like to get your thoughts and opinions on the episode. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, rate season 12, episode 2, makeups and breakups down in the comment section. We'll go over those in just a minute. Diva, I really enjoyed Sunday night's episode. It was very entertaining. We're getting a little bit deeper into some of the newer castmates. Brandy's family is beautiful. It was good to see all the ladies come together to have a little fun, at the dance studio. It was great to see the men come together. I'm giving this episode an 8. I truly enjoyed it. 8.
Listen, I'm giving it a 9. And pull up what the man said. He said, Toya said, it ain't you, and I'm not voting for you.
Because she don't give a damn what a state representative does. It ain't for you, honey. You
know. Whatever the definition is, she said, it ain't you, and I ain't voting for you. Toya tore that scene down, okay? That's part of where my 9 comes from. My 9 also comes from, rest in peace, Bailey. Your funeral was everything, okay? Your funeral was everything. Your mother laid you to rest nice. Okay? They had his ashes there. They had pictures up of him. I hear that, right?
Not one for the books.
One for the books, honey. One for the books. I loved it. I was here for it, okay? So, and then the last 2 scenes took it to the top for me. Took it to the top. I was on the edge of my seat, clutching my invisible pearls. I was like, oh my God. She told that chick about 3 to 4 times that she was not voting for her. Period. Okay. And then Dr. Eugene, he held down for his wife. He said, I'm going to stand by my wife. I may give her a little something later about what she did wrong, but in the public, and that's how you do it. In the public where you stand by your wife, and maybe in pillow talk, be like, listen, that wasn't right.
Now, I don't believe in that. I
believe in that. My man better stand by me in public.
You're not going to have me out here looking like a fool because you talking like a fool. Like, no, I'm not. No.
But you don't check me in public. You can check me in the car. You can check me later, but in the public, you're going to stand by me. But you know what? Either way, that's why Toya and Eugene is good. And that's why Dr. Jackie, her man at the airport with somebody else. Because he's another one. He ain't never stayed by Dr. Jackie. He was like, you work too much, but you know that the fruit of my labor is why you living in this house and we doing what I do, but you want to talk about our work too much. He ain't never staying by Dr. Jackie. And that's the same thing that Simone feel the same way, ironically. Because we're going to see next week, Simone, when Simone get to blacking out, she see red. And Simone next week, she's going to black out about how don't nobody in that family.
That's going to be epic. I'm giving that episode a 10 already. I can't wait for that.
8 for Toya, chin check in Heavenly. You know what? No, that chin check she gave Dr. Heavenly deserves a 9.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
I'm not voting for you. I am the people. I am the people.
Crashing completely out. Okay.
But you know that's Simone. She crashes out. She crashes
Listen,
out.
it was that tequila. It was that tequila. The girls, they was drinking right before the end. So,
Yeah.
but Emmanuel's giving it an 8 out of 10. Let's see. Jeremy is giving it a 7. Monique is giving it a 7 out of 10. Steve Louis Vuitton. Miss 50, I am 50 Gold is giving it an 8. Quad and King can go. And Angel too. Okay. Yeah, because we haven't really seen much of Angel. Angel ain't really done nothing, or we haven't been introduced to her rather, just as much yet. But she's single. She's not married to anybody. She doesn't have any kids. So what she will bring to the group, we'll see.
Well, you know what? You know what? I didn't even think about that, Royaire. She's single. We don't know about no boyfriend. She's not medicine, right? Is she medicine?
She is a practitioner nurse. She's a nurse as well.
She's a nurse practitioner. All right.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Have we seen her at her practice yet? What she do?
I'm assuming she'll be introduced in episode 3 because this is just episode 2. So in the first episode, they did give us her name and they said that she was at the Whitnick last year. So the ladies do know her. This episode, we were introduced to Brandy. So I'm assuming episode 3 will be introduced to Angel a little bit more, I guess. Katrina is giving this a 7. Little English Rose is giving it an 8. Forever Being 21. Hello, Diva and Royaire. I have been in the bushes, crawling, and on the ground, dying laughing. I rate this a 10 out of 10. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Listen, it looks like that was all the ratings for the night. We appreciate y'all for participating in that. But that was our recap of season 12, episode 2 of Married to Medicine, Makeups and Breakups. We appreciate you for joining us. We have been live on both channels. So if you have not hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button on Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva and Royaire's World. Make sure you subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and your notification bells on all. That way you see each and every time we post a video with you in mind. Join Diva tonight for Trending Topics. She will be giving the latest, greatest news and entertainment. Make sure you join us next week for Real Housewives of Potomac. We recapped that this past Monday. So we will be back next Monday for episode 11 of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Real Housewives of Atlanta has finished filming Diva, so they should be dropping as the new year rolls in. And then they are still filming, I heard, for Next Gen NYC as well. So that is in the works. So yes, we got plenty of shows coming up, so make sure you stay tuned to us. Anything before we go?
No, we appreciate y'all. Listen, and as a holiday, we in the holiday season, and we're in the last days of 2025, which is insane. Crazy. Insane, right? Crazy. So listen, guys, y'all know the routine. Do us a favor, like, subscribe, and share. Like on both of our channels. We're both trying to grow our channels, and we'll give you more details before the end of the year of our plans for 2026, so y'all could be in prayer with us. But we truly appreciate y'all. We hope y'all really enjoy our why did that person write F that show? Let's see that comment. Yeah, we don't do that over here. Like that's a bit much. That's not what we do over here.
No.
I
was trying to get rid of it.
Yeah. I got distracted, Roy. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but listen, subscribe, comment down below. We appreciate y'all for joining us. Join us next week for Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine again. If you didn't hit the like button on the way in, hit the like button on the way out. Join Diva tonight for Trending Topics. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we'll see y'all next time. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
Royaire's World.